Alright, so the new raid, Bellmoth? Hellmoth? The name will be in the title. I don't actually know. I didn't even know. I didn't even put on his name on the title of my other video because I didn't even know. I'll open global and take a look. But the new raid has just come out, and I'm just gonna talk about how to beat it. As you can see, this is already recorded footage. This is already footage I've already uploaded. The reason for that is because first, I've already done mine for the day. And second, Speedy's not awake to do hell with me, and I don't trust anyone else to do hell with me. Because this raid is not easy on hell. Even now, with all my characters I use for the raid are level 90, except Jericho. Even now still, I don't actually do, hell with randoms. And I don't recommend you do hell with randoms either. So before we actually talk about how to beat the raid, let me talk about some key aspects of farming this raid. You can only do 3 times a day. So you gotta do them 3 times a day. You have to do them, okay? Click in any random that invites you for hard. I wouldn't click in extreme and hell because I don't trust them. If you're gonna do the raid with randoms, do not by any circumstances try hell. It's not gonna happen. If it's with someone that is, has brain cells, yes, you can do hell, you can do extreme. But if you're gonna do it with randoms, I would not even try anything past hard. I've had so many attempts with randoms, even extreme, it's impossible because people will mess it up. So if you're gonna do it with randoms, if you don't have a group of people to do the raid with you, make sure to do it hard. And I'm telling you this, you're not in a big disadvantage for not doing hell. The drops on hell are horrible. The drops in every difficulty is horrible. So no matter what difficulty you do, you're always gonna get shafted by the results. I am not joking. This is not a joke. Every single time you do this raid, I swear to God, you only get the guaranteed ones. It's terrible. Sometimes you do get like a full 14, 16, I don't even know how much you can actually get in total, like maximum. But sometimes you get all of it, right? All that you can get. But majority of the times you're gonna get the minimum you can get. So in that aspect, just doing your 3 hards with randoms, it's not even the worst. I would recommend if you do have buddies, if you have people in your guild and stuff like that to do hell with you, yes, do hell. But with randoms, no. Like 1 out of 100 times, maybe you're gonna be extreme with a random. Hell, never. So maybe in 6, 7, 8 months when they release more characters for the raid and maybe some things in the game change, it is gonna be possible to do hell with randoms. Like not so long ago, okay, a long time ago, it was like basically impossible to do hell Crimson with randoms, I felt like. But these days it's a walk in the park. So with more units coming out, it's gonna be more possible. Now let's talk about the actual raid now that I actually took that out of the way. Major things. So this is you can see a big hell with this team. Some units that are really good for it. I opened the green type because hell, you can only use green units. Jericho is really good for it. I actually don't use Jericho as much anymore. Green Demon Melee is phenomenal, but only really if you have him 6/6. So if you don't have him 6/6, yeah. But that's for hell. Zarathustra is really good. I actually have not really used him as much, but he is really good. Green Red Hair Liz is really good for the raid as well, but if you are going to use her, make sure that your teammate has a cleanse unit, because every single turn, at the beginning of the turn, Galfer is sealed, right? So if you're going to be using Red Hair Liz, of course you're going to be using Green Galfer. Oh, did I mention Green Galfer is pretty much necessary for the raid. At least one person. The person who's using Red Hair Liz should have Green Galfer. So, you can use Red Hair Liz, but the other person is definitely going to have to choose a cleanse unit, which most likely is going to be this one. Is there another cleanse unit that's green? I guess there's that, this one is also a cleanse unit, but I've never seen anyone use her. Gerheed is usable as well. She gives you ultimate gauge, so you can use her. And she removes stances, which we're going to talk about in a second. But, Ascanor is good. Actually beat Hell. I think, yeah, Speedy was using Ascanor. Ascanor does good damage to Hell. So this run that me and Speedy did, this was our first attempt doing Hell. It actually was our second attempt, I think. It was our second attempt doing Hell, and we beat it. Our second attempt ever. I was using, of course, Jericho, Gurheed. Again, looking back, I much prefer if I was using Red Hair Liz, or even the same Liz that he is using. And then Gopher, of course, and then he's using Ascanor, Gopher, and Liz. Essentially, what you want to do, and of course we're both using Merlin in the back and Ult Food to Ult Rush. Essentially, how the raid works is, if you do damage to him, he's going to do more damage to you. So every single phase, you have to kill him in one turn, essentially. If you do, let's say you do half of his HP in one turn, he is going to kill you in full heal, basically. So you have to kill him one turn. This is why doing it for randoms on Hell is basically impossible. Because, trust me, they are going to attack him, and they are going to mess it up. It's bound to happen. But on hard, it's not so bad, because on hard, what I do, again, I'm going to say this to do on hard, because I know a lot of you are going to be doing this with randoms, and it's like probably going to be most of y'all's runs. I think I did a hard recently, so I think I still have my team. Yes, this is my team for hard. I either use Ascanor and Astarosa, because phase 1, I put in my Astarosa counter, and the counter solos him. And then second phase, I ult with Ascanor, or I put Zeldris here, or another like green in it. It's just, I'm telling you, if you really don't want to stress yourself, do it on hard. It's not like you're in a race to get all your characters level 90. Just get your main characters level 90, and then go level 90 your other characters. Like for me, I have to keep level 90 characters, right? Because I make videos on characters, so I need to have so many characters level 90. But for majority of people, just having your main characters level 90 that you use, like, why would you level 90 Monspeed? Like, seriously. Like I only level 90 him because of how much make content for him. But it's not like, you're not in a race, right? Just take your time. But, going back to the raid, if you do damage to him, he's going to do damage back. So you gotta kill him in one turn. So, if you're gonna be doing this with Hell and Extreme, you're gonna have to have your buddy, both of you and your buddy, ult rush, basically. But if you're doing Jericho, the key thing with Jericho, so me and Speedy didn't know when we were doing this, so we were attacking him, right? But we didn't do that much damage to him, so it's fine. So I ult first phase here with Jericho, and for the second phase, you actually want to have Jericho attack cards for the second and third phase. Second phase, you want to, building up. For the third phase, you want to have like 2 or 3 level 3 Jericho attack cards, the red one, because she do be doing damage to him with those cards. So that's basically the strategy of Jericho. In this video, I did not actually do that because I didn't know, but that's what I would do. So right here, yeah, I did get the Jericho red card, as you can see. But yeah, so I attacked him right here, right? And again, this is not what you should do. We didn't know. By attacking him right here, I think I didn't do that much damage. Yeah, I didn't do that much damage because Jericho, that card doesn't do as much damage. We took so much damage back. Like look her HP, right? We took so much damage. This is with Jericho having 30% damage reduction. So then we just popped off on damage. I think. But did he ult us? I don't think. By the way, we're not even considering. Yeah. See, like that card did 190k. That's level 80. If Jericho's level 90 as well, like that could have been really good damage if I had saved like 2 or 3. That could have been a kill. Plus my teammate also doing damage, right? Speedy also doing damage on that turn. So again, we did damage to him. So now he's gonna pop off on us. He only didn't. Oh yeah, we got lucky because he has 2 attacks: an AOE attack and a single target attack. The single target will remove all your ultimate gauge. The AOE will basically destroy you. So, and as you can see on turn 3, no, turn 3, yeah, he puts up a stance. You never want to get to that turn. You're basically lost if you do. But he puts up a stance. This is why, stance removal characters are very good for the raid. So yeah, he puts up a stance, but I have a stance removal, Gurheed, so I remove his stance, and I kill him with Jericho. This was actually a pretty lucky run, but like I said, the raid is pretty hard. If you want to do this on Hell, you want to have a buddy that's going to constantly do it with you every day. But honestly, I just been doing it on hard. recently, you know? Like, I don't even mind. Like, the rewards are slightly worse on the hard difficulty, but, you know, for me to have to, like, ask someone, yo, can you join my raid? And like, okay, let's do 6 raids, because now I have to do their raids as well, right? Let's do 6 hell raids. It's like, such a, you know, such a drag. If I'm being really honest, just do them on hard difficulty. Like, I'm being for real. I'm being, like, this is the best piece of advice I can give you. Just do it on the hard difficulty. But if you are adventurous, do it on hell, do it on extreme. This is just all the raid is about, really. You just don't want to damage him until you can, like, one-shot him. That's the whole thing. It's not that deep, but trust me, with randoms it's impossible. Alright, these are my tips. There's not many, like, complicated mechanics to talk about. This is essentially it. If you do damage to him, he does damage back. So you gotta one-shot him. So if you have Escanor ults, one thing we do for extreme, me and Speedy, is we both use Escanor and Merlin in the back and ult food. So he ults first phase, I ult second phase, and we both ult the third phase. That's basically what we do. And it works fine on extreme. Hell doesn't. Hell does not work like that. You cannot just one-shot him with the Escanor ults, right? But that's essentially it. Just one-shot him.